Alright, hi guys, this is Deathline. I'm going to be making a tutorial on Corona, the first part and the part after the boat in clouds. I've had countless people ask me how to do this, and I've tried to tell countless people how to do this, but apparently it's impossible without a video. There is a few Corona guides as far as I know, but I'm just going to go over it as in depth as possible, as far as I can do it. I'm fairly good at Corona, not as good as some other people, but I'm going to be breaking this down into two parts. The first part with all the platforms and stuff with fire and spikes, and then I will cut that into a part with speedboat and clouds. So I'm just going to do the first part without talking much about it, and then I'll do it again with commentary. Okay, so I made a few mistakes here and there, but generally that's the gist of what you want to do. There are countless different small variances what you can do. What I do at the beginning is you can change that significantly. I like to do a jump into a spin jump. Some people just like to double jump into a hover, but that's all preference. But there are a few main things I just want to go over. Is the first part, the first rollout with the 1-up platform. I've noticed a lot of people don't get this, and there's a really simple reason, or a simple way to learn how to do this. So, as long as when you roll out from this one right there, that spike platform, as long as you're holding the R button all the way until you hit this platform, it will go out. However, you want to keep moving with that. So what I like to do is hold R not all the way down so you can move and shoot. And then when Mario lands, you'll be able to walk forward like this. You can do a buffered spin jump. And I'm going to show that again right here. And essentially this gets you the fastest movement without being TAS. You could not fail like I just did. So dive, roll out, and then just hold the spray nozzle all the way down. And that will get the fire every single time. I don't think there's a time where I've actually missed this fire platform. As long as you're holding forward and when you dive roll out, you will get it every single time. I don't think there's been a time that I can remember where it would not go out. So towards the middle part of this first section, right here, you can do a lot of different things. You can do a triple jump into sprays. You can do a jump into a spin jump with a side spray. And there's one other movement that's not particularly useful unless you're going for those frames. It's called Quan Dive, done by speedrunner Quaniza. I'll link him in the video. But basically, you dive and then do a rollout into a spin jump. It's very annoying. It saves half a second, I think. Don't quote me on that. And it is not easy to do, especially when you fail like me. I'm sorry that this tutorial is miserable. I have not played this game in a week, and I don't care to record this. It saves, yeah, probably about half a second. But essentially what it is you just dive and roll out like that into a spin jump spray. But sometimes you just won't go the correct way. You'll go towards this one instead of here. You won't kill the fire, for instance. You'll do this correctly. You'll do the dive rollout correctly. And do this, and you just, or this spin jump like this, and you just won't get the fire. And then you have to hover or like dive ground pound. But it's not particularly helpful unless A, you can do it really well consistently every time, or B, you have a good any percent time and are looking to save those frames on a somewhat reliable trick. There's no ironclad method in my opinion. I just like to just kind of dive and roll out as it is. It's kind of a feel for it thing, but you can learn it. Okay, so here, lots of people like to do this, a spin jump over the lava and then hover out to the platform. Yes, this is one way of doing it, but it is the slower method. What you are supposed to do is spray this fire out and then do a dive rollout from this edge right here. And sometimes you will grab the ledge. That means you rolled out too early. Or what you are supposed to do is not fail, but you dive roll out and you will land on the very lip here. And after the rollout, you go into an instant water dive. This just takes some practice. Like that. That's what the correct movement is, but that just takes a little bit of practice to learn. It's not too difficult, and sometimes you may or may not mess up, like I just did several times. But the main thing isn't about the dive rollout, it's just learning how to get a hover slide out of a dive rollout, and that just comes with practice. Lots and lots of practice. I like to warm up a lot before any percent runs, and what I'll do is just run around Delfino doing dive rollouts into hover slides. It's fairly mid-level to high-level tech as far as like any percent terms go, and the sunshine is the basis, really. It's not too hard to learn, but the main part what's hard to learn is consistency on a dive rollout into a hover slide. But I'm gonna go through it one more time the correct way. And that is the first half of Corona. I will now probably cut the video in half, maybe not, for the second part of Corona, but I will decide that. But if not, thanks for watching. This is the first half of Corona, and I will see you guys for part 2.